Good evening, guys, and happy Friday to all our sunshiny faces. So I'm most likely not going to have a Tony's and Caputo's haul for you guys this week. It was just, I think we haven't gone the last like 2 weeks now. I think this might be the third week possibly, but it's just, we have like way too much crazy stuff. I'm almost yawning. We have like way too much crazy stuff going on. All the stuff that we're like getting done around here, project stuff, and my parents are going on vacation next week on Wednesday, and then they're also we've got like, we're trying to prepare for the 4th of July party that we're having. Like, there's just so many things that are like going on. So it's just like, and then regular day-to-day kind of stuff feels like it's just sort of amplified on top of that too. So it's like there's so much that's going on, and there's so many things and events going on, and just things to keep track of, like everything like that. There's just a ton of stuff. So like, it was even difficult too, because my parents were planning on getting a bunch of stuff done even tomorrow, and they're like, we're not going to be able to get that stuff done that they planned on getting done tomorrow, because we have to go to the grocery stores. And I was like, we have to go tomorrow. Like, it's really going to be the only day, because Sunday we're going to the Cubs game. Monday, I guess maybe me and my mom will be able to, but Monday in the evening, it's one of my aunts, the wake, and then on Tuesday's the funeral. So, and then Wednesday my parents are leaving to go on vacation. So like, you know, there's not a time really in between now and when they leave that we're able to go to the grocery store. So that's why we were like, we have to go on Monday. Like, we have to go and get whatever we need. Well, they're not going to be here, because like I said, they'll be gone Wednesday until I don't know exactly what day they're coming back, but I think they're gonna be gone like through the weekend. Like, my dad probably is taking Monday off of work as well, and then they'll be gone through like the whole weekend for what's it called, you know, like while they're on vacation. Like, they probably, I think we're probably getting back on Sunday maybe. If they're getting back on Saturday, then like my dad probably won't, but like if they ever come back, or we have something that's major going on or something like that, like honestly, he might have even said that he was taking off this Monday, because we're going to the Cubs game on Sunday. So if that's the case, then he took off on Monday also, and then is only going to work Tuesday, and then I think he's going to work Wednesday too. They're leaving like Wednesday night. But anyways, like I said, there's just so much, like, you know, going on, and we won't be able to have a time to be able to go to the grocery store. And like, we need to make sure that there's like certain food things that, like, I already knew too, like we're out of a few things, and I was like, we can't really not get those things for, you know, and like make sure that even too by next weekend, like we need to still have those as well. Like, we can't go a whole week without having that, you know, or a whole like week and a half or whatever without having some of this stuff, because we're out of it already. So I was like, we have to go to the grocery store. But like I said, there's so much stuff, guys, going on, and I honestly am like, well, things actually slowed down after 4th of July, because I feel like all this stuff is like, my mom especially too, we had plans to get a few projects done over this summer. And like, again too, I mean, and the indoor stuff, like the bathroom getting done, that was something that she just wanted to get done, since like we're finished kind of with all the other bedroom stuff that's going on right now. You know, like we finished my bedroom. I mean, my bedroom's finished. It's just, I told you guys too, I have those few IKEA things that I still wanted to get, and like get the shelves hung up and things like that. But it's like, there's nothing major that's preventing me from being able to live comfortably in my room right now, you know. And then too, like, and the same with Jack. He has some shelves that were the old shelves from my room, and other ones we found up in the attic that are like the same ones that used to be in one of the other bedrooms. But those, he has them all painted, and I think he's getting them all, like, finishing painting them and stuff like that. And then he's gonna hang them up in his room, and like, that's not done. But it's like little things, like that's something that, again, too, you could do years down the line. It's not like you need it right now to function. Like, again, too, if I didn't have overhead lighting in here, it would be pretty hard to function in this room. You know, if I didn't have the trim in here, it would be, you know, like a major thing, because then we have to move furniture to put trim on and stuff like that. Like, hanging shelves is not a major thing, you know. Like I said, too, you could decide, oh, I don't like those shelves there, I want to move them and stuff like that. Like, it's not a permanent kind of thing that's like a major, you know, I don't want to say renovation thing, but a major, you know, construction type thing that you need to do or whatever. So that's why, like, those are like, you know, like I said, small potatoes kind of compared to everything else that we had going on. But like, the one thing that now we're kind of finished up with these downstairs bedroom projects, the one thing my mom was like, I really, really want to get done. You know, the floors got done over whatever it was back in, when did we get the floors done in the living room? I think, or the living room and kitchen and all that stuff. I think it was, maybe we did it in February or March, or I actually don't know, to be quite honest with you guys. Maybe it was January, honestly. Maybe it was shortly kind of, no, I don't think it was January either. Maybe it was like February or March or something like that, but either way, we got like that stuff done too, which was another major thing that my mom was like, if we're gonna have people over, you know, again too, I don't want them to see the chip tile floor in the kitchen kind of thing. And the same thing too with the bathroom. She's like, I want to have a bathroom that is redone for when people are coming over and stuff like that. And again too, we just got the plumbing done under the bathtub for right now, because I mean, oh my goodness guys, it is so nice having water that drains when you take a shower in the same instant, and there's no puddling up of water. Or, you know, I told you guys, like, it has had a slow drain, so when you take a shower, it's like water starts kind of filling up a little bit depending on how long of a shower you're taking. But you know, like, it was, and then just recently when we decided, okay, yeah, we have to replace the pipes, it was because the water was just at a complete standstill and nothing was going down. So now it is like completely like night and day, and it's crazy. I was like, the difference is, you know, I was like, I'm not standing in any water at all. It's like, this is so nice, but also weird, because it has been like that, a slow drain in the bathtub for years. So, it is, you know, like, again, it's pretty cool. But now that like we did that, my mom's like, yeah, now we really want to get the bathroom, you know, done and redone and finished and everything like that. But then again too, it's like, okay, well, we're also like, we're having our fence being stained right now and power wash and everything like that, so that we can again to enjoy the outdoor space and celebrate 4th of July with a nice, you know, our garage looked pretty horrible and it looks decent-er now. There's different problems with the garage, but like, at least aesthetically it looks a little bit nicer than it did. That my mom had the same guy we're having do the fence stuff and everything like that. He you know, spray painted with the paint sprayer like the garage now, so it's like all painted all one color, and the whole garage is painted, and it's all, you know, it doesn't look as discolored as it did, which looked kind of ugly, you know. Like, there's just a lot of it is, you know, like, aesthetically stuff is looking somewhat better. But like, again too, there's projects that we're trying to get done, and all this stuff is kind of in anticipation for the 4th of July as well. Like, my mom really wants to get things you know, that we were already planning on, but like, definitely want to try and get done by the 4th of July, trying to get all that stuff done and cramming all that stuff in. And then also too, like, she was like, you know, I didn't really realize we planned a vacation before all of this too. And so it's like, we're having the guys that are coming to do the bathroom are coming the week after they get back from vacation to hopefully get everything done before 4th of July. Also, it's like, you know, it'll be just the worst, and you know, funny, but the worst is that if they're not finished by the 4th of July, and like, they're, you know, we were having a 4th of July party and we're like, yeah, you know, there's unfinished floor, like there's just subfloor down, or there's no drywall on the walls, or something like that. Just something kind of crazy that ends up happening because something happened with the, you know, the bathroom situation or something like that. It would be unfortunate, but hopefully, like I said, nothing like that happens and everything can get done before it. But what if they can't finish or something like that before the 4th of July, and it's like, oh, it's only half done? You know, like the tile, there's no tile in the shower or something like that. So like I said, it's hopefully none of that happens, but it's like, it's cutting it kind of close, you know. So that's just one of those things where it's like, you want to give yourself more, I feel like, of a a space, you know, a good amount of chunk of time, in case, you know, things like that come up, you know. That is what is up right now, and they do have some decent Jewel deals, so I'll share that with you guys. But like, there is, like I said, just a lot of stuff that's going on. And again, I'm hoping that because most of the projects we're trying to get done before 4th of July, it's like once after 4th of July is done and stuff like that, it'll be a little bit easier, you know, on everybody and all of the scheduling and stuff like that too. But then it's like, yeah, but then again too, football camp has started, the summer camp, and then once 4th of July is over, it's like they'll still have the football camps, and then football actually starts for real. And you know, like, it's a never-ending cycle of like stuff is always going on, you know. And I mean, in a good way too, you know. Like, I enjoy going to football games on Fridays, and you know, doing my camera, you know, being a part of the camera crew, and you know, that kind of stuff. But it's like, there's still, like, it's a lot of stuff that's also going on. It's just that there's a different type of busy happening now, and then after that it'll be a different type of busy. Like I said, that'll be all the football stuff going on, and then after that will be the holidays, and then we'll be right back into, then it'll probably be construction season again, and then we'll get back into football season, and then like, it'll just, it's never gonna end, you know. So anyways though, I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all our sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.